welcome. Well, it's been a huge week for we finance boffins, probably for you too. I'm going to break everything I've been through down for you to make it a lot easier. Here we go. So it was a big budget week last week, with the government promising to deliver the first surplus in 10 years. Note, not this year, but next year. That's also based on some pretty heroic wage growth assumptions, which remember has been going nowhere for a long time. In fact, Labor says the coalition has overestimated wage growth 21 times in a row. Labor, for its part, claims it can get the country into surplus too. But the spending plans of the two parties are, of course, very different, except on tax breaks. The government has doubled a promised low-income tax offset to as much as $1,080. Labor says, hey, that was our idea, and it's going to do the same. That's going to deliver a decent tax cut to everyone earning up to $126,000 or so. A two-income family on $60,000 each will get more than $2,000 back, and from July 1. But note that the tax pictures do differ for lower and higher incomes. Labor will give away more to people earning below $40,000 and ditch planned relief for those above $126,000. What did the coalition's cut to the rate of the middle income bracket from 32.5% to 30%? It would have to get elected twice more for it to be delivered. Maybe don't get too excited. In terms of the other election sweeteners, the biggest announced by the coalition was $100 billion for new roads. Labor went big on increased funding to health, including cancer and education. It has to be said that Labor's policies are far more beneficial to women than the coalition's, particularly its promise from July 2020 to pay superannuation on parental leave and abolish the silly rule that requires you to earn $450 from each employer before it has to pay you super. But for me, proposed negative gearing, capital gains tax and franking credit refund changes are a concern. I question the fairness of the last one, targeting as it does retirees who may not be able to recoup the income on which they rely. But on negative gearing reforms, it is good policy, just terribly timed. It's scheduled to come in on January 1, and there's a high danger the property market is simply too fragile. It's important to remember changes do not affect current investors though, or purchasers of new homes. However, the coalition quotes independent economic modelling that suggests prices could fall by an extra 16% and rents could go up by as much as 22%. Perhaps we will see.